Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Odoo webinar. Today, we will be discussing 2 successful implementation stories, as well as going over Odoo's consulting service called SuccessPacks. My name is Gianni, and I'm part of the customer success team here at Odoo.
Hello, my name is Fidel. I'm also part of the customer success team here at Odoo. And I guess a brief explanation of what we do on a day-to-day basis is we talk to our customers every day. And one of the things that we work on is helping our customers find better solutions to their problems, but also helping them understand and how to better adopt Odoo as their business solution. For today's agenda, we've prepared a few topics that we're going to be covering. One of them is going to be pretty brief and short, but it's going to be a quick intro to Odoo and what Odoo is, followed by the 3 types of implementation services that we offer here at Odoo. We will also dive into the quick start methodology, which is a process that we've developed here at Odoo, followed by the 2 customer success stories that Gianni and myself will be covering at the very end. So a little bit about Odoo. Odoo is a enterprise resource planning software. And I guess the simplest way to put it in 3 words is it's an all-in-one solution. If you are already dealing with a disjointed system, unhappy with the current system that you're in, switch over to Odoo. Odoo will be more than capable in being able to provide you the solution that's required to meet your needs. The great thing about Odoo is it helps manage all of your workflows in one place. Again, we talk to our customers every day, and some of the issues that are always brought up is having to log into one system to log into another, and just how disjointed all those systems are. So Odoo is able to encapsulate all of that into one, proving to be the single solution that you need for your business to thrive. Odoo is also a very flexible system. It is highly scalable, whether you are a large organization that's looking to make the switch, or let's just say that you're a single user that's interested in using Odoo. Odoo is able to meet all of your needs. You can start off with one application, one user, and you can scale all the way up to 1,000x users or however many users your organization has. We are fully scalable and ready to meet those ever-growing needs. One of the things that I'm really excited about, Johnny, is all of our applications. They're all included at no additional cost. So a few years ago, we had a different pricing model. That changed about 1.5 years ago. And now, whether you are on the standard plan or the custom plan, all of your active users have access to all of these business modules at no additional cost. If you are on the custom plan, Studio is going to be the right fit for you. But if you are a customer that is curious in exploring other business modules, please get in contact with your account manager. Johnny and myself, we are more than happy to go over how these modules work with one another and how they can enhance your needs.
All right. Thank you for that introduction to Odoo, Fidel. Now, whether you are new to Odoo or you're a current customer, we wanted to take this time to briefly go over some of the different types and options of implementation. Of course, there is the option to self-implement. We offer documentation and video tutorials, as well as other e-learning resources on our website in order for you to learn the product. Additionally, you may realize throughout your Odoo journey that you're interested in becoming an Odoo expert. Well, we do offer a certification exam online, and this is actually one of the requirements for our partners, which leads us to our next implementation option, working with a certified Odoo partner. So we break these partners down into 3 different levels based on their experience and expertise, and they're a great resource to work with. So if you're interested in learning more, feel free to reach out to your account manager or go to odoo.com/partners to get more information. Lastly, we will be going over the Quick Start implementation option today in our presentation. And this includes working with our in-house consulting team. So you would be assigned a dedicated consultant to your project who would offer a full business analysis and break down your implementation into different phases in order to help you succeed step by step. but we'll go into these phases a little bit more later in the presentation. Now, what is a success pack? Well, you would be assigned a dedicated business system analyst, or BSA as we call it, who would configure your database to your specific needs. The consultant will also train you on how to use different Odoo applications and also coach you on how you can use these features and functionalities to help grow your business. We break these packs down into pre-selected packs, different number of hours. For example, a 4-hour pack is a great place to start. If you're interested in receiving a demo, perhaps getting some questions quickly answered. However, it is important to note that the 4-hour packs are not meant for implementation. For customers alternatively who are looking to hit the ground running, we normally recommend at least 50 hours to be added to your project, which is considered our standard success pack. But regardless of whichever option you're considering, it's important to have and hold those pre-sales conversations with your account manager so you can find the right fit for your business needs. Of course, there's the option to customize as you see fit. Sometimes you'll find that you want something out further than just outside of the box of Odoo. So we do offer the option to work on developments, and this is something that your consultant and account manager would help estimate in order to find the right amount of hours for your project. And lastly, there's the option for consultants to travel on site. So if you're interested in having the BSA see your operations in person, this is a great option. So make sure to talk to your account manager to learn more about that pricing if you're interested.
Awesome. That was quite a speech, Johnny. Great. So when it comes to success packs and our quick start methodology, as Gianni mentioned, is it's very important that we are clear with our goals and what it is that we're looking to achieve. One of the things that I think really stands out about our quick start methodology is you get a dedicated consultant that's going to be working with you one-on-one. But beyond that, you're getting someone that's working on the project, ready to make sure that it is presented on time and on budget. So some of the goals that we strive for is making sure that during this whole process, while you're engaging with your account manager and your consultant, that you're able to provide as much information regarding your current workflows and how you plan to transfer those all into Odoo. Our consultants are specialized in teaching you how Odoo works, and also will be able to provide you further solutions to better meet those requirements. Again, one of the things that the quick start methodology does is we analyze your current workflows and we try to encapsulate all of that into Odoo within our standard out of the box option. So if customizations are required, again, this is something that you should be discussing with your consultant. They're going to be able to create the different phases and how we're going to be able to develop this project for you. And furthermore, it is a great time to jot down questions so that, when you finally get a chance to work with your consultant, you're prepared and ready to go and you're not wasting any time. Earlier, we were actually, trying to come up with an example of, how our quick start methodology is and how it operates. And I guess the best example that we could come up with is, let's just say that you're a person that's interested in buying a new vehicle, and before you get into the driver's seat and actually experience how that vehicle works, you're already customizing it, and it kind of defeats the purpose because you're changing something that doesn't need to be changed. And if you are making the leap from one system to another, we're not replicating your previous system, we're replacing it the way that Odoo knows how to do.
All right, we quickly wanted to break down the different phases of the Quick Start methodology, which act as the pillars of Quick Start. So the first one is the ROI analysis, and this would be when the consultant first meets all of the specific points of contact that are involved with the project, the main stakeholders. They would get an idea of the amount of time that needs to be dedicated, or the timeline that the business has, as Fidel previously mentioned, as well as the budget that the customer has in mind. We would also discuss any concerns that you may have during this time and make sure that we are able to have a reasonable timeline to achieve your goals. The second stage would be the kickoff. So this is when we onboard the single point of contact. Additionally, we would want to make sure that they have discussed the amount of time that we anticipate is needed for them to familiarize themselves with the different applications and the software in general. The third phase would be implementation. So this is when your BSA would begin configuring the database for you. They would work on any pre-selected advanced customizations or developments that you may have in mind. And after this, we would finally be ready for the go live stage. So the single point of contact will give Odoo the green light to go live once they have thoroughly tested all of their normal business workflows and everything appears to be operating correctly. Now, from time to time, there may be mistakes that happen or something that we missed during the testing phase. Don't worry, your consultant can work with you after the go live stage to help resolve these. Lastly, there's the second deployment phase, and this would mainly consist of the type of developments that perhaps your business doesn't need right away to operate, but the consulting team recommends putting off at a later time because it's something that you'd still like to add on to your project.
Great. So, I guess how do you prepare for your project now that you have gone through the process of working with your account manager? You're now working with your BSA or business systems analyst. One thing that is very important to note is who the SPOC is going to be. This is going to determine the success of the project. We need to make sure that we have a single point of contact early on. You are going to be spearheading this whole project. You are going to be responsible when it comes to coaching and training your staff. So when you are making this decision, when you are looking for the right candidate, make sure that it's someone that has the flexibility and the time to be able to work with your staff. If there are collaborators that are going to be needed, please discuss this with your consultant. We want to make sure that we are aware of all the members that are going to be part of this journey with you so that we can address all those questions in a timely manner and making sure that we're hitting all those phases as necessary. During this process, it is also very important that we set, clear expectations. If you do have a budget in mind, if you have a time frame in mind, discuss that early on. Again, don't be afraid to speak up or to share if you have concerns or questions. The earlier that we're able to address that, the better off we're going to be in the long run. Again, we are fully scalable and we are going to be growing with your business. So whether you're finishing up phase one and getting ready to go to phase two, we're going to be part of that journey with you. So our goal is to support and to help you grow and to make sure that you're thriving with Odoo. When it comes to the operations, again, I think we've talked about this a few times already, but it's very important that you come with a high-level overview of your current workflows. That's going to be very important so that we can translate all the language and style that you were using in your previous system over to Odoo. Again, Odoo might have a solution that might be easier, quicker than what you're currently experiencing. And the only way to determine that is to have a high overview of what your current operations are. Through this process, our consultants, they're also going to be providing a lot of support. My customers from time to time, they ask me questions, but they've gone to a point now where they've built these relationships with their BSAs. And that's what ultimately our goal is to make sure that you're comfortable enough to ask questions, comfortable enough to start planning the next phases, and making sure that we've got the right building blocks to carry and to build, for your further projects, future projects.
Okay, so what's the difference between a full implementation pack and a support pack? Well, you guessed it. The full implementation consists of the quick start phases that we previously shared. You would get full workflow integration and advanced customizations and configurations on your database. Whereas a support pack may be a good fit for someone who wants to first get a feel for the service, see if it's the right fit for their business. But don't worry, you can still receive general configurations and guidance, training and coaching, as well as email and phone support. Now, where has this implementation method gotten us? Well, currently, we are at a 95% success rate with our implementations, and we hope that this number continues to grow. In particular, we wanted to discuss two customer success stories today. Now, the first customer is Becker First Responder, who's a client of mine. They are a distributor and reseller of EMS and firefight equipment. They came to Odoo with the expectations, or they weren't really sure if they would need to have advanced customizations done, but they quickly found out that Odoo's out-of-the-box features had proven powerful enough to meet their business needs. Some pain points they experienced in the past were overall there was just a lack of communication between different softwares. For example, they were using QuickBooks for accounting, Prospect Soft for CRM, another one for inventory, Shopify for website. So as you can guess, they were training employees on various platforms, which was a headache for them. Overall, they were looking to find a software that was budget friendly, but also powerful enough for their business. The transition to Odoo was seamless. Becker First Responder found that their BSA was very knowledgeable and attentive to meet their needs. He was able to configure the database to meet their specific configuration that they had in mind, and they found success integrating multiple different applications. One that came to mind in particular for them was the accounting app. Now, their accountant was very familiar with using QuickBooks in the past, and even though they were used to that, it was very tedious and time-consuming to reconcile. Double entry accounting was something that led to them almost bringing on another part-time employee. This is where Odoo's accounting app came as a solution to them. Not only did it end up saving them an immense amount of time in the long run, but also it allowed them to save money by not having to hire an extra employee when they did not need one. Two other applications that come to mind for them are the CRM and sales applications. They're able to have their invoices, customer sales orders, all in one place, and everything is integrated, which has been an immense improvement for them. Really, just in general, they found that Odoo's apps are able to talk to one another, and this was a huge benefit for them as it allowed them to have a 360-degree view of their business operations.
Great. That sounds like a pretty successful story, Gianni. Great job. I, on the other hand, had a very similar experience with Gianni. My customer did have some changes when it came to their implementation, but again, it was done at a later stage it was done in phase 2 of their implementation. But North 40 Supplies is a customer that I've been working for some time now, and the industry that they come from is the apparel and manufacturing. And one of the things that they were looking for was that they were looking for a solution that was fully integrated, that was an all-in-one solution for them. Previously, they were also working with a multitude of different applications, and during that whole time, it prevented a lot of human error. There was a lack of communication because you had different parties working on different applications, and ultimately that started impacting their business. They wanted to change all of that, and luckily, Odoo was able to come in at the right time, and North 40 Supplies was able to start their journey on the online version, and they quickly decided to go from being self-implemented to working with our team here at Odoo. And through that journey, they figured that they wanted to work with Odoo as is. They wanted all the standard functionalities, and once they were able to achieve that, they would then decide if the custom developments would be something that would enhance their business. So previous to Odoo, as I mentioned, some of their pain points was that they had a disjointed system. There was a lot of inefficiencies happening, and what they wanted was they wanted scalability. They wanted to have a 360 overview of their day-to-day operations. They were a team that at times needed to achieve certain deadlines, and they were unable to do that. So once they made the switch over to Odoo, they fell in love with our project application. The project application enhanced the way that the collaboration was happening at their business. It also eliminated a lot of the redundancy that they were experiencing previous to Odoo. But more importantly, it was equipping them with the tools to make the necessary decisions. Another application that they fell in love with was the dashboard application. Again, the overview that they needed was presented by the dashboard, and their experience with Odoo was very seamless. They came prepared with clear objectives. They knew the direction and how they wanted everything to unfold, and they shared that with the consultant that they were working in. So the consultant was able to provide the timeline required for them to meet those demands. And after a year, they ended up migrating from online to Odoo SH. And since then, they've been able to see a lot of positive growth within their organization. They're enhancing the way that they engage with their customers, and they're able to provide a better overall value for their customer experience. So I guess that leaves us with I guess a big thank you to all you Odooers that joined us today. If you guys did have questions, we still have support on standby, so please add your questions to the chatter. If you guys do have further questions regarding our implementation services, what the cost is associated with them, we highly recommend that you get in contact with your account managers. If you guys want to get in contact with us, that's perfectly fine as well. But we are very grateful, and we thank you all for your time, and thanks for tuning in.